Hey everyone, Morgan Larson here with the Bliss Real Estate team. Welcome if you haven't been here before, and thank you to those who keep coming back. Today, I want to chat a little bit about the pros and cons of being a home buyer in today's market. I mean, it seems like overnight we went from this crazy wild, wild west market to a normal market again. And so what does that mean for you if you're the home buyer? So there's a ton of pros here. Way more pros. And as you'll find, I think the pros of today's market outweigh the cons of today's market when it comes to buying a home. So pro number one, you get time to think as a home buyer. I mean, the insanity of the last couple years was that you walked into a house, sometimes you had 15 minutes to look at a house, that's it. And then you had to decide if you wanted to spend $300, $400, $500, $1 million on a home in a matter of minutes. It's not like that today. Now you have a little bit more time. There's less urgency. You can spend half an hour in a house. You can make a second visit. Huge pro. Secondly, if you need to sell in order to buy this next home, you can do it now. Sellers are actually taking what we call a contingent offer, meaning it's contingent on the sale of your current home. It's happening now because, as we'll talk about in a minute, we're not seeing as many multiple offers. So again, if you need to sell your house and buy another house, it's possible. So that brings us right to number 3, which is there's fewer multiple offer scenarios. So if you don't love competing against 10 or 20 offers, today's market is much better for you. Most of the time, there's only one offer. And when there are multiple offer scenarios, we're talking about 2 to 4 offers. It's not that bad. And we're not seeing the influx of the prices just going up so crazy, even in a multiple offer scenario. Pro number 4, you get to have contingencies in place for your offer. That means you get to actually inspect the property, have home inspectors out and take a look at it. You get to have an appraiser out and not worry about not being able to negotiate if that appraised value comes in low. So you get to have those in place as a home buyer instead of the as is, no matter what, I'm gonna buy this house or lose my huge deposit. That's what was going on. That's gone. Number 5, you get to negotiate repairs. So we were seeing none of that. Sellers were not willing to repair anything. Everything was an as-is sale. Good luck, have fun. But now if something comes up wrong with the house, we are actually seeing negotiations happen again. And that brings me right to number 6, which is you get to negotiate in general. This is a huge pro. You actually get to negotiate the price, or if the seller's willing to pay some credit towards your closing costs, which could buy down that interest rate. We're really just seeing a much more negotiable market. Now, it doesn't mean that you can come in crazy low, etc., but it does mean at least there's some wiggle room. At least there's some back and forth. It's a much more balanced market. Cons. There's really only one con, and that's that the interest rates are about the same as they were in the early 2000s. We're talking somewhere in the 5.5 to 7.5 range. So if you miss out on those crazy low rates from the last couple years, please don't despair. You know, at least it's not 1981 when the average interest rate was over 16% the entire year and people still bought houses. You know, your goals are really so worth it and they're still very doable. Yes, it might mean changing some expectations and plans on how to achieve those goals, but really home ownership is one of the best ways to stabilize your financial scenario and grow your family's wealth. So I want to see you do it. I want to help you make it happen. Give me a call. I'll answer all your questions. There are no stupid questions. I'd love to help. So let's talk soon. Bye-bye.